To the surprise of many critics, the Miami Heat won Game 2 in Denver and set up this massive clash at Miami as the teams travel for Game 3. So today on the Board YouTube channel, we're going to be previewing what you should expect to see from that Game 3 and react a little bit to what we saw from Game 2. Have Miami found something that's really going to work by forcing Jokic to be a scorer? Let's get into it. I got Pips by my side once again as we do our Game 3 preview today on the Board YouTube channel. Please make sure you have dropped a like if you find yourself enjoying along the way, and subscribe for more NBA Finals previews just like this. But to start off the Game 3 preview, we do want to talk a little bit about what we saw from Game 2. Miami have evened up this series. It's a best-of-5 series at this point. Miami have home court from here on out. But Pips, let's get your first reactions to what we saw from Game 2. Anything really surprised you there?
Well, Kevin Love starting was kind of surprised, but didn't expect it, but made so much sense because they need some size in there. They were just too low, like we spoke in the first game. They just don't have the size. With Kevin Love, they had the size. He played great on offense, didn't shoot well, but brought a lot of stuff, pick and pop game and good screening. And on the other side, he kind of surprised me playing good defense. He was very below his usual kind of defense. And yeah, Spoelstra did make a ton of adjustments. It worked. Maybe not like the narrative people are saying, okay, he made Jokic scorer instead of shooter. Like, he had 41 points, incredibly efficient game. They had the exact same offensive rating like they did in the first game. They just didn't do well on defense, and it was some crazy variants with KCP fouling the shooter 2 times, got 6 points there, some incredible shot making. But Miami Heat, I think if we take a look at the expected points, they were 10 above average, above their expected. So yeah, it was kind of game. Everything was going well for Miami. Some stuff didn't go well for Denver, but I would say they kind of finally, the first game I saw Jokic having trouble on defense. Spoelstra put him almost in every, also with Michael Porter Jr. So both Michael Porter Jr. and Jokic were almost in every action, and it was difficult for them to defend, and that was because they didn't do well on defense.
Yeah, I think I like the point you bring up. We talked about it in the Sun series a little bit, where you make Jokic the scorer, that helps for the opposition team. I don't think that was the case here. Jokic was fine. Defensively, like you said, you have 2 fouls on threes from KCP. All of a sudden, that's 6 points. You have overhelping on Duncan Robinson. Gabe Vincent gets an open 3. Another one where you overcommit to Robinson in the corner, and he cuts inside for 2. He had 10 points in the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. It was Denver's defense in the fourth.
Those 2 possessions were Rookie Brown. Like, he had tremendous first fouls, and then that's why you don't play rookies a lot in the very important games. He's a great player. He will be a great player, but inexperience was shown in those 2 possessions. That was 5 point swing and maybe even cost you the game. So, like, you need experienced players to not make those kind of mistakes. If he makes that mistake in regular season, no one cares.
Yeah.
But this is finals. So finals. I think Miami played very poor to start the second quarter, and Denver bench went on a run.
Yeah.
And then Malone overplayed their bench in the second half and got very burned.
Yeah. I also think part of the bench playing, Michael Porter Jr. was really, really bad in this game. The 1 of 6-3, obviously it's not good. Defensively, they picked on him. Spoelstra really made a point to pick on MPJ in this one, and he struggled. Oh my goodness. So I'm kind of wondering if he's just going to get the same role next game and just hopefully figure it out. I wonder what Michael Malone may do there.
I don't think, I'll just say this, I don't think he played when he was the weak side defender. He was okay, like, throughout the entire season, which bothers me. Why no one else, no other team tried to put Michael Porter Jr. in as many pick and rolls as Spoelstra did in game 2? because obviously it works. He is still poor at defending pick and rolls, and if he gets quicker players and trying to go through dribble handoffs, he's not able to defend that. And and throughout the entire playoffs, he was almost always standing in the corner as the weak side defender, and no one even tried to involve Michael Porter Jr. in pick and rolls. That's mind blowing to me after what I saw in the game 2.
Completely agree. And just we're kind of talking about Denver's defense. Miami also played great defense. Like they made Jamal Murray's game a bit tough. They made Michael Porter Jr.'s game really tough. They just made everything tough for the people around Jokic as well. So Jokic scoring was a little bit, playing single coverage, putting Cody Zeller on him and making him pay a little bit. But a little bit of it was also Jokic kind of seeing, okay, teammates not really hitting shots, and he's taking over a bit more. And that third quarter was just mesmerizing. That was Nikola Jokic at his absolute sparkling best. So credit Miami where credit is due. Let's move now into the next game. Game 3, massive swing game for this series because if Denver don't get a win here, they are in a little bit of trouble, down 2-1 playing away at Miami. Let's see the lines for this one. A little close to what I expected. I thought it would be -1.5 or -2 for Denver, but we actually see it at -2.5 on the spread. As far as the money lines go, Betway is the best price on -135 for Denver. Profit Exchange is best on Miami at +127. Over under for this one was 214.5. That's about where it's going to settle at. Yeah, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I think the line actually moved since opening in Denver Nuggets' favor. I think it was consensus at -25 when the lines open. Can you just check the history? I think it's moving in that direction.
So Denver, it's mostly consistent on Profit Exchange. Let's check another one like Pinnacle and see how far this has moved. Actually hasn't changed very much here. I'll pull it up on screen. Opened around -132, and it's been hovering in the 30s. It touched -143 briefly. Yeah. Then it was high 30s, low 30s, high 20s, and it's still in right around -136 at the moment. That's the time of recording this morning. I don't expect much to change as we go towards the game, but I guess this has been perceived at a fair price. By the way, guys, as always, when we talk about betting, we highly, highly encourage you to make sure you're line shopping the best possible prices. It is the NBA Finals. It is extremely sharp. You need to be saving. You need to be profiting a little bit more on your winners and losing a little bit less on your bets by line shopping. And you need to have all the sports books available to you, open and at your disposal to take advantage of these extra lines. And to sign up to a new sports book, if you're going to be signing up to any, please make sure you use our affiliate code, betstamp.app/theboard. The link is in the description for that. If you're watching on YouTube, in the bottom left corner of the screen is a QR code to sign up to these sports books. Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't matter for you. You're betting as normal, but it does give us some extra support, so we highly encourage it. But let's talk about this Game 3 coming up. What adjustments do you expect to see, Pips, from this game? What do you expect to see from Spoelstra? If anything, what do you expect to see from Micah Malone? Because it really feels as though Denver have hit a bit of a roadblock for the first time in the playoffs to me.
I don't think any team needs to change much. I think Miami is very satisfied with how things went. Great. Maybe play more dribble handoffs with Strus and Robinson and Adebayo. I think Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson is the best pairing you can make so far in the playoffs. And Duncan Robinson seems to be very, very much improved on putting ball on the floor and getting inside, cutting. Even the pocket pass to Bam Adebayo in pick and rolls when Jokic shows a bit higher on the screen, he was able to do it all, cutting, assisting, shooting, everything. I think they won the game because Duncan Robinson started the fourth quarter and they were down, I think 7, and in like 2 minutes or 3 minutes they were up, and it was all Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, just 10 points in 2 minutes. 10 points in 2 minutes.
He was just unbelievable. I think they need to play him more. That's the thing for me. But only when Bam Adebayo is on the court. And second adjustment should be match Jokic and Adebayo minutes 100%. You don't play Cody Zeller with That's nonsense.
I think Jokic bullied Cody Zeller off the floor. I think it got to a point where even Spoelstra was like, okay, I can't do that again.
I will actually play Bam Adebayo to match 100% with Jokic, and then second unit when they play Jeff Green at the 5, I'll probably play Highsmith at the 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Maybe some Kevin Love.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you Kevin Love the 5?
Yeah, couple of minutes because Jeff Green is just playing stretched out. So I don't think it's a problem for Kevin Love to defend. But you need to have Highsmith on the floor and good defensive players to be able to rim protect in some way. But you can survive a couple of minutes enough to get Bam Adebayo a rest. On the other side of the court, it's great to have Kevin Love. Whatever everyone thinks, he can make threes, he can attack mismatch inside, he can offensive rebound like he did in the last game. So I think that makes sense. For Denver, I don't think they need to change much. Maybe run some more dribble handoff for Jokic, with KCP and Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. Just spam it a bit more to open things up. And I think they were the better team in the last game. They need to figure out defense, the coverage when they play. I think they were poor. They made so many mistakes. So Denver just needs to stick to their game plan. It worked great. Their offensive rating was awesome. They'll probably sign up for the same offensive rating in this game. They just need to improve on defense, and that's it. They need to figure out the way to defend these spamming dribble handoff and pick and rolls from Miami Heat.
And I think they will. I agree with your sentiments there. Denver just need to have a cleaner game defensively, especially in the fourth quarter. And at that point, they'll be able to win this game. I think they will win this game. I think it'll be tight. This is a big game, but I do think they will win this game. Well, a question I wanted to end on here. Projections that Tyler Herro could be available for game 3. What are your thoughts on involving Tyler Herro if you're Eric Spoelstra? Do you play him? Do you continue to sit him? What would be your strategy?
If he's ready to go, I'll play Tyler Herro, but I will play him off the bench in some minutes and see how it goes. If it's well, maybe close the game with him. If it's not working well, just give him 15 minutes and then give up on him and do the same thing again in the next game until he shows that he can play. That's the thing. No risk. Totally no risk involved. Just bring him off the bench. Take away some maybe Gabe Vincent or Kyle Lowry minutes to give it to Herro and see how it goes and go from there.
Yeah, after all, he's a $30 million player who has risen up to an NBA Finals occasion before. He was excellent in the bubble finals. Big time shot maker as well. I think he can break down some of the defensive strategies. Like if you are running pick and rolls, you have such a great spot up jump shooter. Guy who can take it off the dribble to break down the pick and rolls a little bit more. So I'd play him. I wouldn't maybe start playing him. I like the idea of having off the bench. I also like the idea of starting to play him when Jokic is not on the floor, so Jokic doesn't bully the sets towards him defensively, just to feel it out. But yeah, like you said, it's not working out. Go back to what's been working. But this is far too talented of a player to just flat out sit when he's healthy. And he's been playing contact in practice for over a week. The projection from, according to Woj, was that, or was it Shams? One of them said that he'd be ready for game 3 if necessary. There were some little mumblings that he could have been ready for game 2. But yeah, if Tyler Herro is healthy, you got to play him a little bit to see what you got there. Because
I'll also say, like, Spoelstra has some weird rotations. So he will play Alex Strus 25 of the 36 minutes in the first 3 quarters, and then fourth quarter, no minutes. Kevin Love, same thing. And then you see Kyle Lowry, 12 minutes in the fourth. Kelly Martin, 12 minutes in the fourth, even though they weren't playing almost any minutes earlier. Kelly Martin had 9 minutes entering into the fourth and then playing the entire fourth. Same thing with Kyle Lowry. They played more in the fourth quarter than throughout the first 3 quarters. when things starts working, Spurs will just stick to it and bench whoever. Like he's great, and I think the best thing for Tyler is just do it as we said, like off the bench and see how it goes.
All right, so lots to consider. Massive game 3 coming up. That's been your preview here on the Board YouTube channel. If you did enjoy, please make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing as well for more previews like this. We also be adding in some news coverage to this channel coming very soon. There will be one out later today as well. If you are listening in podcast form, please make sure to rate and review 5 stars. Take a minute out of your day to help support the channel. And always remember that if you're signing up to a new sportsbook, check out the affiliate link options offered with the betstamp.app/theboard, or look at the QR code and scan it with your camera in the bottom left corner of the screen. We'll be back for a Game 4 preview on this channel as well, so keep it locked. We'll see you next time for another video.